everyone, welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. I just got an email about these wines from a PR company that, sends samples to people, and I said I'd never heard of Spoken Barrel wines. I haven't. So I'm very excited to try these. There's a Spoken Barrel Meritage and a Spoken Barrel Cabernet Sauvignon, both from Washington State, both Columbia Valley, both 19 bucks. So in the last episode I did, which was, by the way, episode 380, I believe, 380 episodes. Now, the funny thing about that, just real quick, I know you guys don't like to hear me go on a rant here, but when I first started this program a long time ago, I thought, oh, by this time I would be into 1,000 episodes. Well, you know how life is. It definitely hands you a lot of different things that you're not expecting. So the best well-laid plans sometimes get foiled. And actually what happened was I originally started out doing, 5 episodes a week. I put an episode a day out. And I realized that, first off, as interesting as I try to be, I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't want to listen to me 5 days a week. And then I started realizing, finally I whittled it down to 2 a week. And I got quite a bit of input from you guys. Thank you very much. That told me, 2 episodes a week is probably good. So I put up an episode on Tuesday. I put up an episode on Friday, barring any interruptions and things that happen. You all know how life can be sometimes. So here I am, and in the last episode, we talked a little bit about Claret. Bonnie Doon Vineyards is doing a proper Claret wine company, and instead of saying Claret, you could also say Meritage, and a lot of wineries just use kind of funky names, whether it be Purple Table Red, or it be Scarlet Red, or Apothic Red, or Menage a Trois. Those are all just different names that they use, and basically those are red table wines. So I know we did talk about how Randall Graham probably is thinking in terms of proper red table wines to match with food, and not all of those wines I just mentioned are necessarily the best with food. But let's get started right off the bat. This is a Spoken Barrel Meritage Red Blend, proudly made in Washington, 13.5 alcohol. It says, discover rich, complex flavors in this Bordeaux-inspired blend of noble grapes, grown in the rugged conditions of Columbia Valley, Washington, the 42nd state. So that's why it says number 42. There you go. Give it a little rinse. Excited to try these. I like the label. It's kind of cool. I'll give you a little, get the bottle a little bit closer to you. Right there, see it? Pretty cool. I like that. Yep. I'm telling you, my pouring skills just are atrocious. Especially when I'm dumping out of the bucket. Maybe because it's the height that's here. I don't know. That could be. Maybe I'll just drop it down here. Dump it there. Okay, let's see what we get on the nose. So obviously it's Cab Merlot, Cab Franc, perhaps. A lot of Washington red blends like to throw a little Syrah in there, but it doesn't sound like that. It says Bordeaux inspired, but we always call the Bordeaux style wines from Washington, the Syrah Bordeaux's. Yeah, I can definitely smell the oak on this. There's definitely oak on the nose. I'm getting currants, a little bit of that kind of old wood coming through. I get a nice perfumed, almost like it doesn't smell like rose petal, but it's perfumed with kind of a rose petal element coming in. I get a little bit of tobacco, so I'm curious to try this. Let's see what we get on the palate. A lot of pepper. A lot of pepper. I mean, this is like slapping my palate with pepper, man. This is peppery. It has good structure. I'm trying to figure this out because it's not really open up all the way. It's actually kind of dirty, which I like. It has currants. You can taste like that old wood thing going on. There's tobacco. There's a little bit of chocolate coming through. It feels a little close to me, and I don't think that's because it's one-dimensional. First, when I first tried it, I go, oh no, I'm going to have to really pan this wine. It's really not coming out. But that's not true. As many wines as I've drunk like this, the flavors are coming out as you aerate it. So I'll be real curious to try this later today and see how it develops. But right at this point, it seems kind of closed to me. I'm definitely getting currants. You can taste the oak a little bit. There's a good acidity. The acidity kind of lifts it on the back of the palate. So after I finished, spitting it out or expectorating, I get a little brightness, like bright red berries on the backside, and then that chocolate element comes through, and it is a little bit dirty, which I really like, and dirty in a good way. I mean that in like it has a little bit of a forest floor component, a little bit of earth, tobacco, all those things add to it. You have to think about it a little bit though. I think you should decant this wine, definitely. Dump it in a decanter, dump some out, shake it up, whatever method you use. Give it a little decanting, I think it'll come out to life a little bit more. But at this point, because it's a little bit close, I'm going to go straight up B. I think it's definitely a solid wine. I like it. Let's move on. Spoken Barrel Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a 2016. Yeah. Did I say the vintage on this one? This was a 2016. So they're both 16s. Let's give it a little rinse here. So for those of you who don't really think about this sort of thing, Washington for a long time was not really known for their cabs. They were more of a Syrah, Merlot sort of state. Definitely Riesling was huge in Washington. Chardonnay as well. But they have come a long way over the last 15 years with cab, and there are many, many good cabs coming out of Washington State now. Let's see what we get on the nose. A little bit of stink action, kind of interesting. It's a little closed as well. I'm almost getting like a minty sort of eucalyptus a little bit, which is I find very, very interesting. Yeah, there's like an herbal component on the mint side, which is I find quite intriguing. But it's very a little bit challenged on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. Man, I hope I'm making you feel better about your drinking skills, because mine suck right now. It's dripping wine on my chin. It's coming down my glass. I have no idea what's going on. Somebody's sabotaging my glassware. I don't get it. Not super thrilled about this cab. It's good. It's 19 bucks. It's fairly one-dimensional. I thought the Meritage was at first, but then things started coming out about it. It's smooth. It's kind of a combination between cherries, currants, a little bit of citrus. I get a little tiny hit of citrus, but it's just, yeah, it's pretty thin for a cab. Yeah, it's just not. I'm not feeling it. Sorry. The reason I say that is, you know, obviously, this is a very unoffensive cab. It's easy to drink. It's somewhat thin. You get a little bit of a hit of tobacco on the back, very, very back end. Mid palate isn't much going on. It's a very thin cab. Now, if this were a $12 cab, I'd be all over it. Because, you know, for $12, yeah, sure, you can experiment with it. There's a lot of people who would like this, but I don't think a lot of you would like it at $19. And that's what I'm here for. I want you to spend your wine dollars wisely. The Meritage, yes, you could, 19 bucks, you wouldn't feel too bad. Cab, yeah, I definitely would say no on that one as far as the price goes. And as a cab itself, it lacks complexity, its depth, which is what complexity is, basically. Kind of thin. The only thing I really like about this, the one thing I do like about it, is it's smooth, and there's tobacco on the backside. So with that being said, I'm gonna go C minus. I think it's a little below average for a cab and overpriced. There you have it. They probably won't be sending me any more samples. That's okay. I'm here for you. I want you to spend your wine dollars wisely. That's why I review these wines. So, subscribe to my channel. If you get a chance, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. I have more subscribers. Actually, I lost one, which is kind of bizarre, but that's okay. We'll keep trucking forward, keep helping you. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars